Hey, my name is Bolts, and this is my Oblivion no out of bounds mission for SGDQ 2017. This run is shown off a few GDQs ago. The no out of bounds category was, as well as any percent. There has been different glitches found, such as the load warp glitch and kind of different uses for that I think are worth showing off for another time through GDQ. Anyways, this whole entire section we just have to wait through. In any percent you can clip through these walls and get to the end fairly quickly, but by doing no out of bounds you show off a lot of the extra glitches and tricks that you would miss, like duplication and load warping, like I just spoke about before, and a lot of other fun stuff that you do kind of graze by in the 4-minute run. Anyways, the first glitch we do here is that there's a small little area right here that you can pick his pockets through. And obviously people don't like it when you somehow slip your arm through a very tiny gap there and pick the pockets, so he gets angry and moves towards us, and he's alright with it once we fireball him. By doing that, it has the Emperor come in quicker, he gets in quicker, so everyone's in place a lot quicker than normal. You know, we'll just skip through the dialogue really quick. Also, fireballing him does make him hit close to being aggroed, and that makes everyone run rather than walk, which is how they normally go through this. So just 4 more punches, aggro him, and everyone else gets aggroed too. Oh, sorry about that, Ram. We're just gonna run over here. The nice thing is, though, when people are angry at you, the easy way is just put your fists up like this, and they're alright with it. They just surrender. They're perfectly fine. Wow, that was a really good fireball. They're perfectly fine with you punching them and fireballing them and doing all that, just as long as you hold your fists up slightly and surrender to them. So right now I need to aggro them. Also, Captain died. I don't know how. She just kind of took a nap. She's alright. She's been working hard. She deserves a nap. So we are going to aggro him. You don't need to aggro him right now, but when you aggro him, it makes it where next time it'll only take 1 fireball for him to get angry. So it helps out, because I'll know that next time I need to aggro him, I'll just hit him once and we're good to go. This wall will break after a little bit. This is taking a little bit longer than it usually does, but it can take a slight variable amount of time. But that does not make too big of a difference. That was weird. I pressed E and then like 10 seconds later it's like, oh yeah, you want to open the door? But anyways, we picked up a few things off that goblin's dead body. We picked up the key, which let us go through the door. We picked up the scrolls that were there, which we'll use later on duplication, right at the end of this tutorial section. There's also, I believe there's potions as well. We need one of those potions. Well, actually there's only 1 potion. And we'll be duplicating that and selling it for illegal stuff. That's a good message to send to the children. Anyways, we're gonna make our way through to the end of the tutorial. Later, not right now. We're making our way to the second part of the catacombs here. And a lot of this is just fireballing enemies. It's trying to teach us how to sneak and be super stealthy. We don't want to do that. We are playing on easy, which is why these guys just kind of fall over when we hit them with a fireball. It's nice, because obviously it's the fastest run, but from what I've seen, it's really not much of a difference. If you boost the difficulty up, all you're doing is I have to shoot this guy a couple extra times with fireballs to kill him, rather. And it doesn't really add to the excitement or interest of the run. It kind of bogs it down a little bit. So in the end, easy is actually the most fun and interesting, in my opinion. Anyways, we are out of the catacombs, and our friends are here. We're gonna give them a nice big hug, because we need him to be by this door, and it worked. And we just sniped the dude in the head with fireball. I need to fireball him before he gets too far away, which we did. Cool.
No, she is not one of them. She can help us.
After we kill these guys, we Get to talk to him, and we get our super special power from what star we were born under, which will become a horse. Means we get to go faster, obviously. We're gonna fireball him in the face because we're really mean. I need some stuff out of that chest, so let's get that now. Okay, keep going. Let's go. Stay in a straight line. No cutting. And we just aggro them so we can bring them here quicker. It should work. Just need the Emperor to be here. Cool.
You may as well.
Thank you.
Stick close and let us do our job.
So he's gonna go to a certain point in the floor and we're good to go. And we're just gonna push him around and make him go where he wants to go. You have to kind of get stuck on him a little bit to push him along. Sometimes it's difficult to manage to get him to go where you want him to. But anyways, the stuff we picked up from the chest we're going to use now. So the first kind of duping is arrow duping. You have to do kind of some sort of combat move like punching or pulling your fists out for it to work. And it duplicates the amount of stuff equal to the amount of arrows you have. Actually good that the scroll rolled away because I need less scrolls than the amount that I had before. So the way scroll duping works is that you can duplicate anything as long as you have less than it. So I'm using these scrolls to basically duplicate each other because it'll always have one less than the other one. So you'll just keep duplicating them with each other. So those are the two kinds of duplicating. That's mostly all the duplicating we'll be doing. We have a couple extra times we'll be doing it right now and then later on. So for whatever reason, if you don't surrender to these guys before the Emperor gets to this spot, they'll be angry at you for a lot longer. They'll just kind of be mean to you. It's not good. Don't be mean to people. But we just duplicated some lockpicks because later on there'll be a couple doors we have to force open. So we need a lot of lockpicks, and just it's a good time to do it. We can drag his body slightly closer so he gets to it closer and I can talk to him sooner. We're gonna get our specialization here. Whoa. Actually, I pressed custom class. You can create a custom class, but it's not that important. The pre-made one works fine. Because we need to be able to do a lot of damage with magic, which now we can because we duplicated flame bolt scrolls, which will give us a lot extra damage, and we won't have to worry about our mana being too low. And we also have the camouflage one, or chameleon scrolls that we duplicated, which aren't quite as important, but we can use them to duplicate other stuff later on, mainly skooma. But anyway, speaking of skooma, we need to get a bottle of skooma, and there are two people that sell it, I believe. And one of them is right here in Breville, so we're going to wait for 24 hours sitting here. There's another person that also sells it called Shady Sam, which I believe used to be the route, is you went to him and you buy a skooma from him. But you don't have to wait for him. The difference is that if you don't count loads, Shady Sam is faster, or if you do count loads, Shady Sam is faster because you don't have to wait here for a certain amount of time. But if you do count loads out, he's a little slower than going to him, or this guy right here. So anyways, we have one bottle of skooma now, which skooma is the greatest potion in the entire game, and it lets us go very, very fast. So we're going to go to this monastery for the main quest, and we're just going to drop a ton of skooma right on the ground. 'Cause why not, honestly? Get some more. Cool. The minimum skooma you can get away with is about 350, so we duplicate a little bit extra just to be on the safe side. And now we've taken skooma. It allows us to go a lot quicker than we're supposed to be able to because it boosts your speed and strength. It boosts a lot of your stats. Mainly the speed is the one that's important for us because speedrun, but in the end it's still very useful completely to use it. Only bad side is it drains our intelligence, but it doesn't matter. The nice thing as well is you can actually take twice as much skooma as you're supposed to be able to by taking 4 from your hotbar, which I just did, and then you can actually open up your inventory and take an extra 4. You're only supposed to be able to take 5, but it doesn't check when you go into your inventory. It doesn't make sure that you haven't taken too many from your hotbar as well. So you can take another 4. So we have 8 rather than 5, which would normally be the maximum. So we can do a lot of fun stuff with that during this. We're in our first Oblivion gate. We're doing the quest line. So the quest for people that, or the main quest, people that have not played the game, is that the Emperor is assassinated, and it's your fault because you didn't kill the dude behind him. Anyways, and the Emperor was killed in a plot to bring these Oblivion gates into the world and take over with this Mythic Dawn cult that's trying to help the Daedric get onto this world, which are demon dudes. Also, right there is a edge jump where if you take enough skooma and you jump right as you clip onto that edge, you get a lot of height from it and distance, and it allows you to skip to that top section where you normally would need a key to get there, and it's a bit of a detour you have to take. So doing that skips a good bit of tracking through. We're going to make a save here, which doesn't seem important. I also made a save in front of Wayne Priory, which was the monastery we went to, but that's not so important. So you can get another boost off of this as well, and it brings us to the top floor. You don't need to do it, but it does save some time if you get it in a few tries. Then we have to go down to the bottom floor for it to trigger, or for it to skip the exploding animation and just bring us straight here. And we're just going to keep taking more skooma. That's going to be a common theme. Get used to the chugging sound of skooma. So now we've broken the siege, and we have to go shoot some dudes. And what you'll find is that fireballs are very hard to hit targets once they start moving. Like before, everyone was kind of standing still or moving in a designated path. These guys just do what they want, honestly. Especially Darth Maul here. He'll sometimes run... Nice job. He'll sometimes run straight out really nice, like, oh nice. That's the guy I need to talk to, and he just took a fireball and died, so we're gonna chill here and wait for him to not be dead. You okay, man? Alright, we're gonna just talk to his side, like you normally do with human beings, and we're gonna go on our way.
I heard
This is Marn. He's actually the illegitimate son of the Emperor, and we're gonna spend the rest of the game talking to him, so get used to seeing him. And instead of going to Cloud Ruler, or instead of going to the monastery again, we're going to instead do something completely different, because there are 4 main items we need to trigger the end of the game, and one of them is available all the time. So at this point we're actually pretty close to it. You can run there from Kvatch, but it's a little bit slower to do that. But you're already very close map-wise. Like, it's really easy to just click onto the stables from where we are at Kvatch. We might as well grab it while we're here. Like, there's no extra difficulty getting it early because we do never level up. Leveling up requires you to sleep, and sleeping's slow. And we don't really need the stats, so why even do it? So this is Miskarkin, which has a cool little item at the end of it that we need. So we're just gonna grab that right now. As we're making our way through, we are gonna do another one of those edge jumps. Because normally you have to backtrack through that little staircase that's right there. But instead, if you go back the way you came, there's a little fireplace right, or a little fire right there that you can kind of get a bounce off of. These ruins are very dangerous. Actually, you can see I'm dying. Okay, it's alright, I made a quick save. These staircases are incredibly dangerous. Like I just showed off there. See, that was why I did it. I just wanted to show you guys that staircases are not to be messed around with. But yeah, ruins are very dangerous because of that, because it's very easy just to go down a staircase and die. So I'll be healing during most of this. But I always just do a couple quick saves during it, just to be safe. We do kind of let off a little bit going down these stairs. That zombie can sometimes open the door for you, but sometimes he just sits forlornly at it, staring at it. So we're going to do our first load warp of the entire game. That's the reason I made this save in front of the door for Wayne and Priory. So what I can do is I can open the door at the same time that I open the menu, and I can load in a save, and what it does is it loads through like I was going through the door, but it brings that character of the save that I loaded through to the wherever the save was that I made. So I basically use the save to warp that character that was in Misgark all the way back to the Priory, but with the item that I got and the quest progress. So it saves a lot of time of backtracking through those ruins, because you can't fast travel unless you are outside in the open air. I just murder these dudes and go to Cloud Ruler Temple, which I keep trying to call Sky Ruler Temple because I'm thinking of Skyrim for some reason. So we need to open this door. Martin's going to give a really cool speech. We're not going to be here to hear it because, again, there's another item we need to get later on. Not for the end of the game, but to get an item for the end of the game. It's required. So we're just going to teleport to some random location. This is actually the interesting part because this is where some of the routing comes in, where you need a Daedric item in this game, but there's only quite a few Daedric items you can get to turn in, because you need to turn in one to Martin for him to do this ritual with. It just so happens right off the shore is a ruins that has the item we need to finish this quest with this Daedric person. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here and get that. The only problem is we need to have a high enough level to get to accept the quest. The nice thing is that, for whatever reason, if you just get the end item that you need at it, so you just need this sword, if you just grab it right now, and we're going to load up out of here, that's not really required, it just saves a bit of time. But if you just get the item and go back over there, it'll just let you complete the quest even though you're not supposed to be able to start it. So it saves a lot of time, because I think all the Daedric quests at least require you to be level 2. I think there's a few that are low leveled like that, and those take longer than this. This is even higher leveled than those. But yeah, we can just start the quest and we have it. There's a cutscene that plays, but there's a fun way to skip it. If you just talk to the dog's butt, it's alright. You just skip the cutscene and you can leave there and be on your way. And from that we got a mask, which we'll be using later on when he asks for a Daedric item. So we're just doing things a little bit out of order because we are telepathic and we know exactly what he'll need later on.
You have proven yourself.
Get to talk to these dudes, join the Blades, talk about the amulets, which got stolen from Wayne and Priory. So that was the hardest enemy in the game that we just killed. That person that took 4 fireballs. So there you go. It's downhill from here. The Amulet of Kings got stolen, so we're trying to figure out stuff about the cult that stole it, and we need the amulet because it stops the mean dudes from coming in. So kind of important to have. And we were just putting it in a chest. That was how we were protecting the most important item in the entire game, just a chest in a monastery. So we need to get these books to figure out about this cult. And this lady only appears at certain times, so we're gonna wait here. We're just gonna chill, have a good time, see what's going on. This part is very important timing-wise, so I do need to stop this like right at 8 o'clock. Because the next few sections I need to do this right, or else you have to just sit around and wait, and that's not fun or fast. Definitely not fast. She gives us another book. We need 4 books in total, so this is going to be our 3rd book here. Thankfully, we don't have to read, because reading sucks. Who even wants to do that? But we can ask him about the books. He doesn't have the books, but I'll just go outside and back inside. Hey, look, it's this guy. Let's boss him around a little bit.
What do you want?
And he's got a book. So let's bully him, and he gives us the book, and he tells us where the next book is. What a guy. What a guy. You have to kind of push him closer to the shopkeeper. He'll never talk to him. Or he won't never talk to him, but it'll take him a little bit longer. You have to kind of urge him in the right direction. So now we have to make our way through the sewers for a super secret meeting with the cult people. That's definitely going to go really well. I'm sure we'll have a nice discussion and he'll just give us the book. And we're just using skooma and speeding this section up, like usual. There's a fun little jump you can do here. If you jump just right, you can get right up there. That's really nice. It saves probably 2 seconds, but it's the best 2 seconds you've probably ever seen saved in a speedrun. If you quick save and quick load right there, it de-aggroes enemies in the other room, which allows you to wait. You can't normally wait unless the enemies in adjacent rooms or in the room you're in are all unaggroed, or if there's no enemies in the room you're in as well. So what we do is we just wait there, and he walks to us, and he's like, we should go to the room that we're already in, and then we just leave the room, and he appears. It's great. You can listen for footsteps or look at the shadow, either one. And we're going to have a nice discussion about this guy, and he's going to give us the book, and that was pretty positive. And we're just going to load warp out of there, because otherwise it takes forever to get out of the sewers, and we don't want that. So we just load warp again, which is just opening the door while opening the menu, which lets us move our character. And so we have all the books still, we have all the progress. We're supposed to go there, and she's going to give us hints about how to solve this puzzle, but I've done this a couple times. You just go here, and it gives you the location of their cult. Now we can run off and go do that. Normally you have to read the books and it gives you hints about when to go there. You actually have to get there between 11:30 and 12:15, so there's like a 45-minute zone you can get there, but obviously time moves much quicker than real time. So if you get there, you can wait in hour increments, so it's not horrible if you completely miss it. The only bad thing is if you miss it by less than an hour, you have to just sit there and wait. There's no way around it. So you really want to make sure you time that section correctly, or else you can get kind of screwed over by it. Alright, I wanted to fireball him, but I forgot to. So it's alright, he's going to open the door. I'm definitely not going to just take the key from him and keep going along my merry way. When you're in the fireball animation, they won't talk to you, but afterwards they'll go straight up and say hi to you, even though you're trying to kill them. We need this book. He's gonna teleport away with the ring, or not the ring, with the amulet. I was thinking, what's it called? I was thinking Lord of the Rings. We need to escape. Normally you have to go through these tunnels and get back to the main entrance, but you know, we have load warping. That's why I made that save earlier at Cloud Ruler Temple, because we can just do a load warp right there. And it saves some more backtracking. And we actually teleport right into the room that Martin's in. We also need to talk to Joffrey, who's that guy we talked to at the monastery. He's actually important. He can sometimes just run off and go sightseeing like that. I've had it worse, where he just runs off and does the strangest things. But anyways, we've been told to find the spies in Bruma. Now, what I'm gonna do, instead of like investigating and figuring out who's actually the spies, I'm just gonna go to a random house. You know, this house over here actually looks good. Let's break in like the good person we are, and just, you know, break into this house. And hey, look, there's people here. And let's... Oh, wow! What are the odds? These people are Mythic Dawn. Who would have thought these are the spies? How could I have known? Craziness. Yeah, those are the people we have to kill. We have to take the order from down here. And we're good to go. We can just load warp out of there because I'm too lazy to go out of the basement. Takes too much time. So at this point, Joffrey should be nowhere. Alright, Joffrey, where are you hiding right now? So this is the fun thing, is Joffrey sometimes will kind of do a hide-and-go-seek thing with you, and you have to go try to figure out where he's hiding. Right now, he's hiding way out here. So he's there. We have to talk to him. We have to talk to him again, so hopefully he actually comes inside. Here's Martin. He's gonna ask for that Daedric artifact, but we already have it, so it's good to go. And there's another Oblivion gate. There's only 3 Oblivion gates in the entire game that you are required to do. You're supposed to do other ones to protect the other towns and kind of get their help. But I don't want their help. I am blessed with the power of skooma, so I'm going to save the world all by myself. So we're supposed to show Bird how to close Oblivion Gate so he can do it himself and we don't have to do it all ourselves. What we're going to do is we're just going to quick save here. We're going to go back to that save I made in front of the final room of that first Oblivion Gate we did. And for some reason, when you load warp into the final room, so it detects that this room's completed, the room that you're load warping in. This is the way I think it is. And then it pops up the lockpicking thing, and it thinks that you've completed the gate that you're in currently because you load warp to a gate that you were already completed. So it confuses the game, and you just complete the gate by just load warping. So it saves about a minute with the first one, and then there's another gate which we will be doing a similar thing for when that comes along. Yeah, it saves a bunch of time. It's another cool use for load warping. There we go, cool. Joffrey's not usually here, but we need to talk to him about the armor, which is another item we need. We need a divine artifact for the end of the game. So we're gonna go get one of those, and it's really far away, but we have to get this one, so. We're gonna have a fun time, drinking lots of skooma, running through the wilderness with the wind blowing through our hair. Yeah, this would be a lot slower without the skooma. You can take horses, but we're much faster than a horse. I mean, we are a horse. Remember at the beginning, we became a horse through the constellation we picked. So, basically we are one. There's a wolf there. Hi, wolf. Bye, wolf. This part can be pretty easy to get lost in if you're not paying too much attention. Also, you can do it pretty easily as well if you just fall the wrong way. It's a very hilly area. We need to make our way all the way up the hill here. Once you've gone through it enough times, you kind of have a feel for it. Oh no, there's another wolf. Weird shenanigans. You can get a bit of a skooma jump off this edge coming up here, but it's really difficult to do and not really worth going for. You can get like one that gets you over that wall right there if you do it correctly, and it saves a bit of time going around it, but it's fairly difficult to do. We are in Syncrator, which has the ghosts of a few of the blades, which are the people that are supposed to defend the Emperor. And we need to get the armor of one of the past Emperors from here for the ritual we're doing to open a portal to go get that amulet back so we can save the world. But, you know, these ghosts don't really like us, so we're just gonna fireball them. We have to kill all 4 of them. Because we're mean, and that's how we solve problems in this game, is just utter destruction. I made a save there. Later on we'll have to load warp back. Actually, pretty soon we'll have to load warp back. And most of this is just getting through, finding all these skeletons, and fireballing them. Have to kill this guy for the key he's got. Get through here. For some reason these ghosts actually have hitboxes, so they can body block you a little bit if they're standing in the wrong... Whoops, I ran out of skooma. That's weird. It's a very weird spot to run out of skooma. There's a second blade, and we're just gonna wait around here, because why not? We just need a little break. Sit around. And contemplate life a little bit. And quick save. And we're gonna go back to that save we made before. And it just helps us a little bit. It's faster than backtracking. Though later on, we're not going to use that save again because you could load warp after killing one of these guys, but they're pretty close to each other, and the last guy's pretty close to the exit, so it'd be kind of a waste of time to do. For the most part, get out a little bit quicker. This guy will sometimes not be outside like that. You have to run all the way down there and get him, and then run all the way back up. Just like a 5-10 second sort of detour, but it's not too bad. And that is the last blade, so we are going to run straight for the exit. Cool. I almost got through the door before it popped up, which I've never done before. And we're just going to make our way to this main chamber. And you just do the quick load thing again to de-aggro everyone, and you just wait for a few hours to get all the blades to come inside of here. If you wait too long, it does mess up Martin later on. You have to wait for him to wake back up. Not too bad. Once that barrier goes down, we're good to go. That's the armor we need. And we're too lazy to walk back, so we're gonna load warp for the millionth time. So this just cuts back on a lot of the backtracking that we normally have to do. We are getting to the last gate of the game. Martin needs one more item, and the way to do it is we just let the cult that we've been fighting the entire game open a giant portal in the middle of this, or not in the middle of the city, right outside the city, with a giant siege engine that will probably kill everyone. And as you can imagine, we're gonna go talk to the leader of this city, and their reaction's about what you think it would be. We're gonna bring it up, and she's gonna say, okay, and that's it. That's the entire discussion. She's just, I don't know, she's alright with it, I guess. I'm just gonna wait an hour. And she'll appear here. And she's gonna ask us to get allies, and we're gonna say, no dog, we're good. You got me. I will help protect everybody. And yeah, they're gonna be a little disappointed because you're supposed to go to each of the cities and help them out and get rid of the portals that are outside of their gates and you know, do all that nice stuff for them. We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna fight as we are because it takes really long to go through all those gates. Even doing the load warping thing takes forever to figure that out and save these people. So Martin's here, and Martin can actually die at this part. It's actually pretty dangerous for him. So what we're obviously gonna do is we're gonna punch him a few times. So this happened before. I don't know what it is with me and getting him upset. But for some reason, every once in a while, he'll just decide to... like, all the guards will aggro instead of him. And when that happens, you have to just re-go back there, which doesn't take too long. But I had that happen in another marathon, actually. It's really strange.
I will call.
It was good stuff. But it's not too difficult to fix. You're trying to aggro him for... I'm not just punching for funsies. You do actually have to aggro him for a certain reason. But, yeah, sometimes he'll just refuse to get aggroed. But the guards near him will get aggroed for him. Yes, they will. Anyways, we're gonna go back here. I'm gonna actually make a quick save beforehand. We'll learn from our mistakes. Alright. I'm gonna just whiff a few punches. Okay, there we go. I don't know what happens to cause that, but if you just quick save beforehand, you'll be fine. So now he's angry at us. He's gonna run and chase after us and try to kill us because, you know, the person that's saved him and basically gotten him this far, he's just gonna instantly turn against just because I punched you a couple times in the shoulder. Yeah, like I said before, he can't permanently die at this point, which is obviously, you know, not good. If he permanently dies, the game will just basically say that Martin died and you're screwed. You done goofed. So obviously the safest thing to do is we're gonna punch him a few times, we're gonna get him angry, and we're gonna bring him over here. And you can kind of see in the distance, they'll start being fireballs and stuff. They're going to start fighting. We can't really see them because my draw distance is kind of low. And we're just going to chill here, and they're all going to die. But it's alright, because Martin's alive, and he's the only important one. So that's why I can get allies, because it doesn't matter. They're just kind of dying over there. So, yeah, fun times, right? That's nice. While we're waiting, Martin kind of gets stuck on the rock a little bit. What you can do, you can just... you know, get him some exercise, walk him around a little bit, chill out, ask him how his day is going, spin around a few times, watch all the fireballs in the distance as people you can't see fight valiantly and definitely aren't losing right now. These guys also come too because they're cowards, I guess, I don't know. Only one of those guys can permanently die here, but he doesn't matter, so it doesn't matter. Actually, if you do get him killed now, or if you accidentally hit him and kill him now, later on a guard will try to arrest you at the very end of the game, which I've had before, just teleported, like I jumped over him and then he just teleported like 50 feet in the air. Good times. But anyways, at this point it's just really, this is the safest way to do it, because if you go down there's a chance that you accidentally hit him repeatedly with fireballs and then he just dies, because even on easy, your allies don't have more health, just everyone has less health. And after that gate opens, you have 30 seconds until the big gate opens, so it's kind of a nice gauge of when you should go down there by. So when I have the timer, obviously it's easy to tell, but you just kind of have a feel for when it's going to pop up. Anyways, yeah, Martin's just kind of chilling here. It's good to quick save before you go down the hill, because as you saw the first time I went down the hill, it's really easy just to take fall damage. it's not the best hill. So all these people are napping because they just had a great fight and they're just taking a break, which they obviously won. Oh, those guys run away after they kill everybody. So you have to be cautious about not going too quickly down there, or else they will kill Marn before you get. They can actually kill Marn, and then you can enter the portal, and it's still game overs you basically. You have to be decently cautious. And we're just gonna do a load warp again, like the last one. Trick the game into thinking that we finished this portal. I missed the load warp. If you mess it up once, so what I go off of is, you can hear the door opening sound like that. If you mess it up once, it doesn't stack the door opening sound, so it'll just cancel the second one. It won't play it, so it's harder to tell if you fail it once when you get it right the next time. At this point, it's just, we won. We did it. You're supposed to go to the very top like all the other gates and just take the orb at the top.
We won.
You can just skip all that. And after that, we just kill everybody and we can load warp right out of there for the final section of the game. We have to go into Paradise, which is the portal, or we have a portal to Paradise, which is the final area we need to go into to get the Amulet of Kings back. We just have to wait a little bit because Martin still has to run all the way back from the fight.
I have.
Alright, so these are all the stuff we got for him. Just wait another hour for him to get in position because it's faster just to wait than to have him walk there. Yeah, we are making our way to the end of the game. Again, we should have enough skooma. It's very difficult to run out of skooma if you duplicate the right amount unless you've really made a lot of mistakes. And even then, most of the mistakes you make, you just load a save and then you still have the same amount of skooma as you had before. And you can always duplicate it on the run. This guy here. You do a quest for him usually or not. You do a quest for him sometimes. You feel like it to get the binds from him. And you need them to get through this door that's coming up. Oops. Pressing the wrong button for questionable reasons. But anyways, you can just kill them for them, and it's perfectly fine. Really, this game does teach you just the way to resolve conflict is just shoot a fireball at the person, and then it's I make sure to make a quick save there. I did not want to do that conversation. That's why I made a quick save, because I actually do not want to do that. Alright, cool. Stop moving in diagonal lines, they're so difficult. Okay, so you just fireball him, and when you do that, it opens this gate right in front of you. And normally you'd have to do conversation with those guys, and you'd have to go along with that dude that we killed. The nice thing is he just spawns back here because you need him to take those binds off you to actually get out of here. Whoops, I'm stuck. Very easy to get stuck on a lot of stuff here. You can also fall in these lava flows that are everywhere, and it's not good. As you can imagine, lava, not your friend. Would not recommend. We need to make our way through this section. Once you have your binds off, this last door won't be locked for you. So a bit of a preventative thing here is if you go to the right or go to the left. I know my directions, I promise. It'll prevent you from getting like an infinite aggro glitch, which happens when you load warp out of here. Or I think it just in general can happen. But you always don't want to happen because it doesn't let you fast travel to the last place in the game. But yeah, that was the final boss of the entire game. He can reflect multiple attacks in a row and make it where you take damage instead of him. Or he can just take one fireball and die. Because he's weak. The Umbra Daedric quest person that we fought before actually has 4 times as much health as the final boss. On level 1 at least, so... Yeah, so we've finished the game. The Emperor's got the Amulet of Kings. Everything's fine. So we're just gonna go to the main city, and he's gonna become the Emperor, and we're gonna have a party. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun times. We're gonna have a black screen for a really long amount of time. We cannot wait in air. Even better. All right, cool. I did not mean to get myself in this corner. Can I sit down? Cannot. All right, so this is like the one cutscene-ish sort of thing we have going, except for the. Other than the beginning of the game, this is really the only one. And we just for whenever anyone starts talking after this point, you can just quick save and quick load, and they just stop talking. It's great.
No.
Our person's very antisocial. He just doesn't want anyone to talk, and he just doesn't want to talk to anyone. So he either fireballs them or quickly spams their dialogue. That's alright. Anyways, we are at the final section of the game. The Daedric people are attacking one final time. And we have to get Martin safely over to the center of the city. So what we're going to do is we're going to ignore him completely and run to the center of the city ourselves. Past Mr. Giant Dude over there. And we just wait. And as you can imagine, just waiting for a couple hours, Martin will safely get here without dying. He can die like 1% of the time. Also, he gets stuck inside of you, which is nice. But like every once in a while he'll die, but it's really rare and it never happens. If it does happen, it loses a tiny bit of time. But yeah, that's Oblivion. Know how to bounce in 32 minutes. I really think the load warping really does add a lot to it, especially with the Oblivion gates. It skips having to do an escort session. There's a lot of interesting stuff, and I think it'll be really fun to show off another time at SGDQ. So I hope you'll consider it. I mean, look at this. This is immersive gameplay you got right here. This is beautiful. I mean, look at it. You just got stabbed. So Martin turns into a giant dragon. Yeah, it's good stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll consider Oblivion or SGDQ 2017.